Yo, yo. Time is 6:14 p.m. I'm so tired. So I only woke up not so long ago. What's news? Lebanon, Mexico, Spain, US. I got a McDonald's breakfast wrap in the morning, but I'm not sure if it's actually nice or not. Two months. I thought it was supposed to take them like a week. It's been 2 months. I thought that was the free game. Those can't exist because they just ripped off all the Western models. Like, that's what it's built off of. It's built off of ripping off the Western models. That's the Chinese model. Just rip off your competitor. Just steal your competitor's model. Steal your competitor's product and brand it as your own. What do they say? The US innovates and China imitates. I don't know. I think China is innovating in some areas, but I mean, this is an example of where I think they found that they just, basically built it off of data from the American AI programs. Dum 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 dum. But it's open source, and what does open source mean? Like, where's the data from, though? You still have to use their data centers, right? Or, I don't know how that works. Google's Gemini Pro. I feel like using Google is like a step farther than using ChatGPT though. Like, I mean, if you're asking the Google one all the questions, Google gets all your data. Like, they're gonna turn this into like AI is totally necessary to do everything and it's built in, and then they build these massive data profiles on you. Yeah, they spent less than 6 million because they built the product copying off of the ones who'd done all the previous work. These people say it had more access to greater funding and advanced chips. I don't know. Chinese government censorship, as if we don't already have, like, regional censorship and American censorship. People banned it. Countries banned it. That's a bit weird. So it's censored. We have to ban it. What? How do you fight censorship? What's censorship? That's kind of weird. Bro, this is garbage. There's like, these are okay. Why would I want a loading screen, a profile, whatever that is, banner icon? Why is there a banner icon in every single one? I don't want banner icons. And then there's this not very good looking skin. What else is there? Loading screen, loading screen. That one's done. Loading screen, banner icon. Guess I'll go for the skin. Unless I want to get, like, the end skins. Squibbly chef. At least the skin's, like, in the battle pass. As in, I got it for free. As opposed to having to pay for it, like, fish sticks. The head is way too big though. The head and the head of the skin is fucking massive in game. You really wouldn't use it if you wanted to be competitive. That's why everyone uses Joel's, because it's more competitive. Is this a celebrity or is this just some random character? They're kind of basic looking. Not very interesting. Whoops. What's in the shop? Balloons TD6. That's crazy. I used to play Balloons TD on like web browsers. They make you pay for it now. That's actually crazy. The company's called Ninja Kiwi or something. Might be from New Zealand. I always found those games so frustrating, bro. But they were kind of fun, I guess. Double Agent Pack. 2,500 V-Bucks for those. Why does this say? Okay. You have to buy the pickaxes separately. It's such a money grab, bro. People like this crowbar. Like, because it's kind of clean. People used that to me when I was annoying them in Party Royale. No! They do that I don't care emote. There's one that starts with I don't care. It's funny. Not even if you're annoying them, just if they don't like you, they start doing that stuff. Might have been annoying them though. This is weird. Boss Obsidian. Is this one from Save the World? The Horned Menace of the Ashen Pig. Could they not think of like a description and they're just like, what sounds is like really vague? What is the Ashen Pig? I don't think this is an icon. It's not a crossover, right? Couldn't think of anything, but he's got everything. He's got a wrap, a weapon, another wrap. He's got, I don't even know. No, that's the wrap. Renegade Raider. Renegade Wader. I need a new game to play. Getting kind of bored of Fortnite every day. That's the emote where they say I don't care. Why do people buy this, like, stuff? It's like giving yourself an award. Like, they seem to think that this is like, you're a pro if you use this stuff because it's like you win it from competitions or something. It's like, you literally paid money from it. You bought it in the shop. You're not a pro for wearing it. Because you didn't actually own it. You just paid for it. It's not a show of skill. It's just a show of I had enough V-Bucks to buy it, and so I did. If anything, it just shows that a person plays competitively, but doesn't mean they're actually good. What is this? Can't even see it. It's bugged. 3 styles. She's got arms made out of soft toys or something. Does she keep her hands in her pockets the whole time and just, like... use those as arms? It's got 3 styles. This has only got 2 styles. The skin looks good, and at the same time, it's like kind of weird. Green and gold. What is she, Irish? Green jade. That's a bit weird. Maybe that's some traditional thing. Irish or like Australian sports team. Leviathan, what a classic. This is such a classic skin, bro. This was so cool. Season 3. See, some of the skins from like really early seasons are actually quite cool. Bloom and Bushranger, I like those ones, they're cool. Got lots of styles as well. Maybe not. This one... Does this one not have lots of styles? No, but it comes with a back bling and a pickaxe. What is that? Is he stuck? Why is he tied off? Why has he been tied to it? That's kind of cute. I always find that the people who use the cute skins are kind of toxic though, like, quite often. This has so many styles, bro. It's clearly someone's favorite skin that works at Epic. It looks like Skittles. It's interesting, like, despite the fact that we live in a pretty connected world today, people are still, like, regions and stuff are still quite insular, you know? Like, there's not... There, is there any, like, even, like, European stuff? Is there any French music, German music in jam tracks? Because as far as I've seen, all they have is, like, English language stuff. And, some Spanish and you say, oh, well, that's different. Yeah, it's only because fucking Mexico is to the south of the United States, and pretty much every country to the south of them that is close geographically speaks Spanish. And they have like the island of Puerto Rico as part of the United States, and a lot of people in the United States these days speak Spanish. That's like, that doesn't change the fact that they're still like pretty much only concerned with themselves and people who speak their language, and then people who speak another widely spoken language in their country. Whereas, so like, because I'm thinking like, I listened to Russian music recently. You're never gonna find Russian music, pretty much, in Fortnite. There might be one or two Russian emotes, but um, it's absurd for like such a big country, or Chinese. China's a big country. They make lots of music. They have, you know, developed culture and like, you know, like developed country culture, at least in some of the big cities. Are you ever gonna find Chinese in the Fortnite Jam Tracks shop? No. No, you're not. They've got Juice WRLD. They've got Weezer. I don't know if Weezer's English or American. I don't know. One of them's American, right? No, one of them's, I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell some of these like 90s kind of male bands apart because they all sing with the same kind of accent. It's like we're literally living in like a fucking bubble, bro. Like TikTok has a bit more, but and I guess on X you can view like translated posts now. But there's still not that much of going between. Indian, there's another one. Indian music. Where's the Indian music? Holy shit, India is like totally left out. That's a big country. One sent me a letter saying they're gonna reinstate my benefit and pay me back the amount they cut, so that's good. Anglosphere media and popular culture is almost all English language, else, especially American. Exception is Mainly English, some Japanese, some Korean. It's pretty much all American. Like, we think of Fortnite as like a... Oh yeah, and we got... I think there are Japanese. Yosobi. I think I know them. That's why I said, like, oh, Japanese. Um, Even when we talk about the West, it's like, you don't see French or German music tracks in a game like Fortnite. And even if people use French or German or whatever, it's like tokenistic. It's not like because they actually really like it, like the genre and stuff. They might find one song and then push that. I don't know. What's the difference between it being tokenistic and genuine? It's like supposed to seem foreign, you know? They do it just to make it sound foreign. Arabic. That's no Arabic. These are like big languages. Russian, Chinese, Indian language, which is Hindi, French, German, Arabic. It's all English and a bit of Spanish. And they're like, oh, we're so progressive. We let Spanish speaking stuff in. Yeah, like a lot of people in your country speak Spanish. Like, of course you would. You live right next to Latin America, right? They act like they're an island or something. It's absurd. Cut off from the rest of the world. This exceptionalist attitude, and they're like, oh well, if we don't understand the lyrics, then shouldn't play the song. But then there's exceptions for Japanese and Korean because I guess they like Japanese and Koreans, right? They're like, reluctantly will let some Spanish in. I'm not saying I like the Spanish music. I don't generally, but um, why are we're ever more connected than ever, and yet um, at the same time, then like willfully not connected in other areas. Like it's a choice. Are there any Russian emotes, for example? Maybe. Maybe jam tracks is a different thing because they're just hard to do. Yeah, not the fucking Rasputin. That's not Russian. That's a Western, like, exotic, treating them as exotic take. It's not Russian. I don't want to see it in action. Russian language. I swear they like intentionally. That's not Russian language. That's literally an American band. Jesus Christ. Russians make quite good music. I think their music's quite good. Or at least the tracks I have in my playlist I think are quite good. Right? I've got a Russian language playlist. It sounds different to Western stuff. It's more like, dramatic and serious. Deeper, I don't know, emotional. Well, if you could find a synonym for moody, because I don't like that word. That's what ChatGPT said, but I don't like that word. What is the point of this room? It's a fucking joke. To this room. Da 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 da. Back to this room, to this room. Is there someone out there? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this? My patience wears thin. Oh, it's incomprehensible. This rap was in the battle pass or something. Ooh, you really tried. That wasn't even my rivalry. What? Why was he there? What the fuck is this? Banana. Simpsons Pele. Who seems to miss every shot somehow. Fire off a clip and miss every shot. That's a bit unfortunate. Bro, my player is in the storm. This is just sad. They've got no chance. Why would you make this person my rivalry? I thought rivalries were supposed to come from going to the rivalry board, not just random. Neither of us went to the rivalry board. I'm leaving him. I'll just wait for it to expire. No. I thought they would like try to be cross-cultural, yet they're like even reluctant to do Spanish stuff. Why? Because they don't want to alienate people or something. So much for diversity. What if people are already like? It's basically we're just choosing to alienate everyone else, to force everyone else to fit in with the dominant culture, and anyone else outside of it is just left behind. They get alienated, right? It's literally like it's only allowed to be successful and stuff if it's an American artist doing it, it seems. Like even Bad Bunny is like from Puerto Rico. If he were from like Mexico, would he be as popular? probably not, right? They really only seem to like their own. Why is it always Puerto Rican artists? Um, it was like Ricky Martin, isn't he Puerto Rican? And Luis Fonsi is Puerto Rican. Why is it always Puerto Rican artists that take off in the United States? Because we think, well, the Americans are the one that dominate everything. Possibly they should be the ones doing inclusivity and shit, right? Kind of makes sense. You know, the dominating group would allow for, you know, representation and stuff. Representation's nice. It's nice when people feel represented. Why is this? Why is he still in the storm? What's he doing? The fuck? Is he dead? He's not. He's not even dead. He's just sitting in the storm. Like, the Americans were supposed to be like leaders of the world, you know? And do they actually do that though? That ping's really bad. Are they leading the world in a Bro, there's only 16 players left. This matches go so quickly. Leader of the world should ensure representation for other countries. Right? Like, the Americans should be doing that. You can expect other, like, minorities and less dominant places to represent themselves. And the Americans do represent themselves. They do that massively. But it kind of seems like, why do they only represent themselves so often? Yes, what do we say? More insularity. There's a little bit of it, like, because I would think that, wouldn't the capitalist think, oh, I can make more money if I represent other people's cultures? But they don't do that. They don't actually represent many people's cultures at all. It doesn't seem to be about making money. It seems to be like, it's this rigged thing where it's based on something other than financial gain. Because, I mean, yes, look, it is effort to... Oh, there's another one? I know it's effort to, like, set everything up and do emotes and, like, but bro, we have, like, a million hip-hop emotes and a million hip-hop songs, and as far as, like, when I've just tried to look, and to my knowledge, there aren't any Russian ones. I can think of one Indian emote, and it was like a promotion. The Bhangra Boogie or something. That was just a promotion, so you can't actually get that. Imagine you're like from India. Oh yes, the Americans run this. I can't wait to see at least one or two aspects of my culture represented. Like, the current fucking Fortnite map, this map is based off of LA. Haven't we had, like, a fucking million iterations of LA? Haven't we had, like, a million iterations of it? Seriously, I swear they're running out of material so badly because they won't actually look outside of their own country. It's absurd. These fucking hip hop rappers, for example, the hip hop is so oversaturated that they're all just singing about the same things. It's like they don't have any original experiences. Using the same words, it's like if you would branch out and try new things and, you know, represent other cultures, you might find, with diversity, you get possibly better results. And what are they actually doing instead? They're like embracing country. We're like, oh, hip hop's going out. Let's do American country. It always has to be American because they're all nationalists, right? We in the past, people thought, oh yes, the Americans are internationalists. They want world order, and then we'll have freedom for everyone. No, they only care about their own country, their own people, right? That's why it's all English language, which is the language that the Americans speak, and some of it is Spanish language because some Americans speak Spanish, right? Why don't we have Russian? Because there aren't many Russian Americans. Why don't we have Chinese? Because no matter how many Chinese Americans there are, China is considered a enemy country. So they're not going to do they're not going to do Chinese ever because they perceive that as a threat. They're not like, oh, we're stable and we can allow for diversity because they have a stable grip on things. They don't have a stable grip on things. That's why they don't allow it. That's why they don't allow Russians, why they don't allow Chinese. And I think they just don't like Indians or something, because they think Indians don't have money. Ah, damn. You wasted me. I think the gold SMG is quite good, actually. Why are there no Indian emotes and jam tracks in Fortnite? Like, why? What's the reason? Why are there no Arabic ones? Why are there no Russian ones? We say Fortnite is a global game with players all over the world, but it's pretty much all English language or a bit of Spanish or a bit of Japanese or a bit of Korean. What's the justification for this? What is the reasoning? Why is it not diverse? It could be diverse if they wanted it to be, but they don't want it to be. Why? And they say, oh, well, no one will buy it. Yeah, surely no one will buy it if you never have any of these. You don't even try to make these in the first place. Right? They're too reliant on the American market, seriously. And the narrow American market, right? Why? Because they don't want them to be influenced. Do you know why they have Japan and South Korea? Is because those countries are considered um, inferior to the United States. They're considered under control, right? China isn't considered under control. It's considered a competitor. What do you mean it's changing? No, it's not. There's one. That was with a phone as well. That was specifically to sell to the Indian market. There's only one emote. Some guy killing AFKs. Why are there no Russian language emotes? Because that's not Russian. They removed it following the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It's fucking stupid. They're so biased, bro, honestly. It's not a justification. I think there are some Chinese cultural emotes. That probably is partly because you can't even play it in China. This isn't the emote. First and only. They did one. That's tokenistic. It's absolutely tokenistic. They did one. And they only did this because it's a popular song. Like, I know this one. 15 years. Holy shit. How did it take them 15 years? That's actually crazy. 15 years. The earthquakes were 15 years ago. Took them 15 years to build a new stadium. That's insane. That's most of my life, bro. Jesus Christ. That's like 3/5 of my life. So 2/5 of my life, the stadium was here, and part of that 1/5, I wasn't even in Christchurch. I was here for, holy shit, it's actually crazy to think about. I was here for, when did the earthquakes? 2011, so I was 10. I was here for 4 years while this place had a stadium. And it's been 15 years since they haven't had one. I was here for 4 years. I did go to a couple of matches. That's the only time I've ever been to a rugby match. Was a couple of times. We went maybe 3 or 4 times. 2 or 3 times. Holy shit, bro. I was here for 4 years and they had a stadium. Earthquakes hit. 15 years later, it's finally rebuilt. Four years while it had a stadium. I've literally been here for 19 years now. That's insane. 19 years, 15 of those are post-earthquake. A lot of people left when the earthquakes hit, literally. What do you mean he got intercepted over there? This guy's fucking taking it. Could have just started a new one, bro, and let me pick that up. I don't like this gun. I think it should be removed. Oh, that's too powerful. You shouldn't be able to do that. Let me jump through the windows. He had the Ice King's gloves? What the fuck? He's ages away. I don't want those. The only reason why they added that Arabic song was because it was popular in English language places, literally. Like, I like some Russian stuff and I like some Chinese stuff, but I know they're never going to add it because Fortnite doesn't like Russians and Chinese. Simple as. Simple as that. They don't like them. That's the reason. What other reason is there? They're gonna make up another reason. They don't. They say, oh, it's not financially viable. Lots of Russians play Fortnite. Like, there's literally they removed the Rasputin one because of political reasons. They censored it. They got rid of it for political reasons because they didn't agree with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That's not financial incentive. What? Why? Because they think Americans are gonna get upset. No, they're not. Why would they even care? Literally, it's just an emote. You're not even allowed to like Russian stuff in the West for any reason. You're not allowed to like Russian music, Russian anything. You're not allowed to like it because, oh, Ukraine. Remember Ukraine. Who cares? Honestly, shit's absurd. Like, how about the fact that Ukraine has totally refused to negotiate for peace? Like, they've done that, right? They've totally refused to negotiate for peace. They want all their territory back and are just throwing their men into the meat grinder for it. Right? As much as Russia is doing a similar thing, you say, why is the country that doesn't hold the territory anymore not negotiating for peace? Because they don't care how many of their people die. They don't care, right? War is terrible. It's a terrible thing. But why is Ukraine is in the position to negotiate for peace. They're not getting that land back. It's been years. They're not getting any of that land back. Right? It's very obvious that that's not happening. They're getting inches in of territory. It's basically nothing. Right? Why are they not negotiating for peace? It's absurd. Why? Because Zelensky doesn't actually want peace. Peace is beside the point for him. He wants to stay in power by throwing more Ukrainian men into the meat grinder. He doesn't actually want peace. If he wanted peace, he would have negotiated, but he's always said he won't negotiate unless he gets all of his land back, which isn't going to happen. So what's he actually saying? I'll never negotiate. That's what he's actually saying. What he's actually saying is he's never going to negotiate because he'll never get that land back. He says, oh, unless negotiations mean getting all of our land back. Why would it ever mean that? When J.D. Vance said they don't have the cards, he's totally right. He doesn't have the cards. What cards does he have? None. He has the cards of just sending Ukrainian men to die on the battlefield. That's all he's got. And Western aid. That's literally it. Stupid fucking place. Holy shit. Honestly. What are they thinking? War is fucking stupid, but it's like, who's the winner and who's the loser? Ukraine has already lost. They've already lost all of this territory. There's all this propaganda trying to convince you that, oh no, Russia is weak and Ukraine's winning. They're not winning. They're not winning. How are they winning? They haven't taken back basically any of the territory that has been held for so many years. That has been lost and held by Russia for so many years. They're not taking that back. It's a stupid war that should have ended years ago. Seriously. This gun's overpowered. It's too good. If you don't have one, you're at such a massive disadvantage. Holy shit, this is garbage. You had a Chug Jug with 10 HP left in it. It's fucking politics. Politics getting in the way of everything else. With Fortnite getting rid of the only Russian styled emote. It's not even actually Russian. The only Russian style emote gets removed. And they're obviously not going to make any more. And then they say, oh, you know, why aren't there any Chinese emotes? Oh, because in China they can't play Fortnite or something. They can't play Fortnite in China because of censorship. It's fucking stupid. Aren't there Chinese people in the West? Yes. Don't they possibly speak Chinese? Possibly. We have Korean, we have heaps of Korean emotes. Maybe they're not Korean language, but we have BTS emotes, we got Jennie, we got Lisa, you know, Blackpink, and other K-pop. Maybe they only do English language ones, I don't know. We've got Japanese emotes. I know there are Japanese emotes. Why? Why no Chinese? Because they don't like the Chinese for some reason. Right? Oh, that's top 2. There's only one other player. Damn, I did kind of well. What? You can't upgrade this. Okay, that's weird. It only did 17. This isn't even good at long range. Thought it was supposed to be like a sniper. That's what people said. Oh, that was too easy. This gun's OP. It's kinda OP. People in the West literally act like you're not even allowed to like anything Russian. No Russian music, as I said before, no Russian music, no Russian literature. It's absurd, and then it's like the Israeli thing, like with the American influence and how it is in the West. You're not allowed to be anything that it might be seen as anti-Israeli. You have to be pro-Ukraine and you can't be anti-Israeli. Isn't that ironic? Because, and it is such an extremely obvious double standard that they will ban Russia from everything for the invasion of Ukraine, but do absolutely nothing to Israel for genociding Palestinians invading Lebanon, occupying Lebanon, and bombing Iran. Like, it's insane. It's totally insane. It's just corruption. Like, the roles are applied so unevenly. This country's leaders are fucking shit. How does it make them unemployable? What does that even mean? The fuck? I've got left is garbage. What am I gonna do with loading screens? I like the loading screen I've got. They're not fake, they just don't go all the way through. Why is he calling them fake? Is he stupid? I only did that because he's popular, bro. Might get off for a bit after this match and go back on later. Bro, how many people are there around here? Waha. Thought I didn't say it. Not with that obvious ass skin, of course I did, bro. Thought I couldn't say him. Bro, you literally wearing the Galaxy skin. It's one of the most obvious skins in the game. Try for a superhero skin next time. One of those pitch black ones. Still would have been obvious. Bruh. Even with the lag. Top 4. Nice. Guy with a fucking sniper, bro. He's gonna get killed. Someone's shooting at him. Yes, rush him. Everybody rush him. He died. What a loser. That's the last guy. As an idiot. Dub with a crown.
What are you doing, boo-boo? When I come up here. Boo-boo.
Okay, I'm gonna get off for a bit, go for a walk. Get back on later.